Hey guys, how's it going? I figured I'd go over what I carry in my pack, show you both my day kind of carry pack as well as my system for a longer stay. So we'll get started. Do carry an axe every now and then. This is a Condor Classic. Carry it every now and then if I'm going into bigger woods, but don't generally carry it too often. But every now and then, my everyday carry is my PLSK1 and my awesome ferro rod from Joshua Hightower from Hightower Ferro. But that's my go-to cutting tool. Also, the Baco Laplander, can't go wrong with that. And finally, I also do carry a Mora as well. Find that it's just nice for lightweight tasks. But I generally just use my PLSK. For a container, definitely go with the regular water bottle and Nalgene cup or whatever it is. Needless to say, got beat up pretty good at the Pathfinder Advanced class. From a cordage perspective, so I'll show you my bags real quick. So my bags, I carry a bigger backpack that this attaches to that I'll show you in a moment. But so I carry a little bit of both in both of my bags. So this is the cordage that I generally carry just in my regular day pack. An extra little bracelet just for grins. My fire my from with a little bit of steel wool in there, and obviously pretty good rod. I used it quite a bit. And I do like to, just to make sure that this hangs on, there's a little tab in here that has a Velcro thing, so I just kind of keep it packed away in there like that. For a cover for my day pack, I generally, I'll finish off the day pack and then I'll show you the rest of the stuff. For cover, I just carry a 55-gallon drum liner. At the advanced class, I ended up sleeping in one of these with a wool blanket and a raincoat over my head. I can tell you they definitely make good shelter when you have nothing else. But yeah, I like the bag because I can just carry this with most of my day gear in it, and does pretty good for me. So stay tuned, and I'll grab the other pack. All right, so this is the pack that I carry for longer outings and whatnot. Just have a couple things on the outside, an extra fire steel and uh, thing to hang stuff on. I do carry a camel pack in here just so that I can drink on the trail. And then as far as containers go for this, I also do carry, the traditional, what is this, the MSR Seagull and EpiPen just in case. Some stuff out of MRE, just some sugar and matches and coffee and whatnot. Some miso soup, definitely like that for the trail. Mole foam padding, so if you're familiar with hiking and getting blisters, this stuff is great, so definitely like to carry that. Some chocolate, I don't even know how you say this, but Puerh. It's a chocolate tea. It's made from Numi. It's pretty potent, pretty tasty on the trail. A little soy sauce, some more of that, and some spices. I carry thyme, cayenne, salt, pepper, garlic salts, and that's about it. And some poison ivy stuff. From a coffee perspective, I am kind of a coffee snob, so I like the Starbucks Via if I'm actually going to drink coffee out on the trail. Kind of prefer hot chocolate, but sometimes I'll do the coffee. And as far as cordage goes, for my main pack, so carry a lot of bank line, the Gorilla tape, and then I just started trying this system out, and I'm liking it so far. I found this from a guy on the YouTube. I believe his channel is Hog Hedge Leatherworks. But basically, what I've done is I've created 10-foot hanks and tied them together and then put them on a string. So no matter how much they get wadded up, they come apart really easy, and they're a lot more usable than just having to deal with having knots every time I go. So yeah, that's my go-to for my cordage. From a fire perspective, in my main pack, so carry just a rock that has a hole in it that I use for a top rock. My daughter found it, so even though it's kind of big, it means something to me. Some cattail fluff. Cattail fluff works really good. It's a little, tricky to mess with, like if you're going to do flint and steel, but it works really well. Just a rock. I don't even know what this is, but I do get sparks off of it. I just found it out in the wild, so I carry it and always look for better pieces as I'm out and about. My Altoids tin for my fire starting, so obviously a big lighter. Just a piece of steel to hit the flint, and a bunch of char cloth. I also really like these, and so these are basically, I made these super cheap, a leftover candle. I went out to Walmart and got the facial scrub pads that girls use to like clean their face or take the makeup off, I guess, and basically melted down the wax, completely submerged these in wax, and then let them dry out. And they work phenomenally well. I've done tests, and when I teach fire skills classes, I'll show people how you can literally like drop these in water, take them out, just kind of lightly dry it off, rip it open, expose the cotton fibers, and it takes a flame or takes a spark really well. Runs about 8 minutes, I'd say. So that's my go-to there. Getting a little hair tie from my daughter just to keep the family in the thoughts as I'm out on the trail. So from a cover perspective in my main carry, so another drum liner. I can't say enough about them. Just so many uses. This is an 8x8 tarp. I don't remember the manufacturer, but really like it. And so obviously I have a bunch of cordage already wrapped up around these and tied out on the corners, so makes for easy up and down. As far as I guess just a couple other other things that I packed before I jumped into my sleeping system. So a cotton bandana, obviously, so many uses for those. Always like to keep several of those on hand. My headlamp, so just got all the different feature sets and everything, and works really well. So definitely have used that quite a bit. So compass. So my Silva, I think this is a guide compass, guide model, but I think I'll probably upgrade at some point, probably sooner than later. Don't really use a compass all too much other than just training exercises, but I think I'll probably upgrade anyways. Ranger beads for when I'm out there taking pace. From a first aid perspective, some kind of a little heavy, but just sunblock. Definitely don't want to have to deal with getting burnt out in the sun. I usually carry a bug spray. Don't know where that's at right now. Some antibiotic ointment. This little camp soap sheets. So just to keep your hands clean and whatnot, you just pull a little sheet and works pretty well. Just some gauze pads, and then obviously my bandana if I need to deal with a wound. Some aqua water sanitizer, purifier, whatnot. I generally never use that. I pretty much always boil my water. Just some random toilet paper that came out of MRE, I think. Some bio wipes, so obviously keep it clean in the bush, guys. So obviously hygiene's important. Don't want to be getting sick out there. And from a sleep system perspective, so carry the I think this is a 2-person hammock. Keep all my my cordage. I basically just use paracord to hang this thing and haven't had any issues with it. But it's a two-person hammock, and definitely now that been using hammocks, I'll never go back to a tent unless I don't have a choice. Wool blankets, 2 wool blankets just rolled up. Used 2 in the winter. I've actually gone down to 27 degrees with these in the hammock and done really good, and had no problems with them. During the summer, I usually will change this out and just do a single wool blanket. One other cover that I carry is your typical reusable space blanket. So it just fits right in the back of the pack, no problem. And figure just in case. They do come in handy. Again, I generally use my bigger tarp if I'm actually going to use a tarp, but those things do come in handy. I actually like using them for a smoker too, but obviously that's kind of becomes a sole function. So carry my Write in the Rain notebooks that I did my phase 1 and phase 2 in. Have tons of interesting information in there that I reference actually quite a bit out in the wild, so I like to carry them on hand. Also a couple flakers, so doing some flint napping or something out there in the bush, definitely a hobby I like to do. Kind of a fun thing around the campsite. Oil, so I got this flask at Walmart, super cheap, and I carry oil in that just for cooking. Fishing kit, you guys have all, I'm sure, seen these before. I won't really go into it, but got a bunch of hooks, line, sinker, able to tie it off with the bank line so I can leave it by itself fishing while I'm doing other tasks. Do have a small whistle that I just keep in my smaller pack. Also keep my bottle hanger here. One other thing that a lot of people don't carry, but I carry a lot of, or I carry a lot, I should say, is a bunch of trash bags. I would really like using these for foraging. I go out quite a bit foraging random plants, and so I always try to keep them in my scout pack. They come in definitely very handy. And then finally, let me just show you real quick how this goes on here. What I really like about this system is it's dual purpose. I can either take the smaller bag away and do scouts, or just if I'm doing something out for a short scout for the day, I'll just use the smaller pack, and then the larger one obviously I use when I go out on longer term outings. And this one actually goes to the top, and a couple more up top, but just show you, just so you can kind of get a picture of what the pack looks like. The still have plenty of room in here, by the way, guys. So I can put plenty of clothing or extra storage, or extra food or whatever. One other thing I wanted to show you was my trapping kit. So generally don't carry this unless, you can tell I've been doing some snares with that. Usually I don't carry this unless I'm actually going out to either practice the skills or actually maybe try to secure game. But a few conibears, 220, or I think these are 110 conibears. So you're probably all familiar with these. Great trap. So I carry four of those. And I don't know. Carry a slingshot. So slingshot and an extra band. Definitely a good tool for acquiring game out in the bush. And then finally, a bunch of picture wire. I think this is like either 60 or 120 pound. I don't remember which. I got 2 different sizes, but that's great for making snares. So way better than paracord, and definitely still better than the bank line. But between the two, I definitely would use bank line as opposed to paracord for from no traps. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed, maybe learned a thing or two, and hopefully see you in the bush.